New manager doesn't understand flexible working. Hey y'all. So I am in the fortunate position of having a fairly cushy job. Generally, I get on well with my colleagues, work remotely 3 days a week and in the office for 2. My partner works in a field that requires her to start early. Because of this, I tend to wake up and start work early. So while normal office hours are 9:5:30 with an hour for lunch, I typically work 8:4:30 p.m. This has worked well for months. I typically have work done for when my manager enters the office, so she isn't waiting for me to begin her work. Recently we got a new office manager who seemed fine but took issue when she realized me leaving early was a regular thing. She started off just being snide, saying things like, "Sneaking off early, are we?" in a half-jokey way. Recently though it's gotten worse and changed to things like, "I hope other people won't have to cover your work," and, "Were you out drinking last night?" Which is wildly inappropriate. Anyway, eventually she called me into a meeting and informed me that it was no longer acceptable that I leave at 3:30 as it would confuse the new hires if we hired new staff. I argued that I shouldn't have to adjust my schedule based on hypothetical people, and that seeing that people were being rewarded for consistent good work and not forced into meaningless presenteeism would be more appealing to new hires than anything else. She said it wasn't a good look for me professionally and could hold back my career. I was calm but asked her what part of my work had not been acceptable and mentioned that all my previous performance reviews had been great. She just kept talking in circles until I just said, "Okay, I'll work normal hours." Skip to 3 days later when she calls me in again and tries to explain that our boss is cross and confused about why my work isn't ready for her when she arrives. I reminded her that she had told me I was no longer allowed to come in early or leave early. She laughed and said that I was of course allowed to come in early, I just had to stay until 5:30. I asked why I would do that if I wouldn't be paid for it or have anything to do in the last few hours. She was speechless for a while. She didn't telephone me I could go back to leaving early, so I kept coming in at 9. It took another full week before she let me know she had managed to get me special permission to arrive and leave early. I politely declined and thanked her for giving me my mornings back. I told her I had learned to enjoy my morning walk.